Om Sai Ram, Shree Swami Samarth Maharaj ki jai. So in today's episode, we are going to discuss about a few leelas where blind people got back their eyesight by Shree Swami Maharaj's grace. So the first story is of Chimatai. There was a rich lady in Pune whose name was Umabai Sahib. Her niece, Chimatai Raste, lost her eyesight after marriage. So for nearly 6 years, she underwent surgeries, different types of treatments, but all in vain. Ultimately, they took Chimatai to Shree Swami Samarth at Akkalkot. Shree Swamiji said, "Chimatai, what do you want?" She was very young and fearless. She said, "What else? I want my eyesight." Shree Swamiji said, "Why is it so difficult? Put the milk of a cat in your eyes for 7 days and also drink that milk." After returning to Pune, she was treated by the cat milk and she regained her eyesight. Please keep one thing in mind, it is not the decoction or the whatever treatment was prescribed, the milk of a cat, that was not the real cure. The real cure was Sri Swamiji's blessings and his merciful words and not the treatment. And such instances have been also seen in Sri Sai Satcharitra. So keep that in mind and do not try this. These were divine leelas which were prescribed by divine saints who were the embodiments or incarnations of Almighty. So do not try them. So the next story is of Nagu Anna lawyer. In Moregaon village in the then Hyderabad state, there was a lawyer whose name was Nagu Anna Kulkarni. At the age of 40, he lost his eyesight. He spent lots of money taking all sorts of treatments, but everything went in vain. Finally, he came to the holy place of Tuljapur at Osmanabad district of Maharashtra to render service, circumambulating the temple of goddess Bhavani. He rendered his service for nearly 6 months. One day, a middle-aged lady wearing white sari came to him and said, "Don't continue here, go to Akkalkot." So now this Anna, he was confused. However, the lady again appeared in his dream and ordered him to go. So this lady, rather than assuming, let's confirm that it was Matulja Bhavani herself. Then ultimately he completed all the formalities of worshipping goddess Bhavani in Tuljapur, and then he went to Akkalkot to render service to Sri Swamiji. When he reached Akkalkot, Sri Swamiji was resting on a cot. Sri Swamiji said, "Why is this calamity sent to me? If one keeps silent, such calamities will continue to come here." Then Sri Swamiji spoke to Nagu Anna, "Why have you come here? Go to Pandharpur." Hearing this, Nagu Anna became angry and said, "6 months I rendered service at Tuljapur. Goddess Bhavani directed me here for treatment. Now Sri Swamiji has directed me to go to Pandharpur. Saints and ascetics advise people in difficulties to approach gods and goddesses for relief. So I went to Tuljapur. I rendered my service to goddess Bhavani. Had the goddess told me that my eyesight would not be restored, then why should I undergo such pain? Like the goddess could have directly told me. Why this reference game? Like from Pandharpur to Akkalkot, Akkalkot to from Tuljapur to Akkalkot, Akkalkot to Pandharpur. Why are you all tossing me like this from here and there? Because I initially sought refuge to a goddess who was capable enough to cure my blind eyesight." So he would continue to say more things, but Sri Swamiji rebuked him. "Now go to Pandharpur. You talk big things and act as though you have come here bringing an order with you. Now leave this place and go away." So devotees present there convinced him to go to Pandharpur so that his desire would be fulfilled. because Sri Swamiji had ordered him to do so. Then he reached Pandharpur, he learned that a well-known eye surgeon had come there. Then Nagu Anna got his eye operation done through this reputed surgeon. His eyesight was restored, but some dimness in his sight still remained. There was some pain too in his eyes, so it was not fully cured. So he again returned to Sri Swamiji and prayed, I am unable to bear this acute eye pain now I am suffering from. Have kind mercy on me and give me relief. Then Sri Swamiji spoke, treat your eyes with horse urine. Nagu Anna treated his eyes accordingly, and within 2 days his eyesight was completely cured and the pain disappeared. Nagu Anna continued rendering devotional service to Sri Swamiji and he happily returned home. See, in this case there was a different kind of treatment prescribed. So it is all by grace of Sri Swamiji. The previous story showed how cat's milk cured a devotee's eye, and this one is depicting a story of horse urine curing a devotee's eye. But actually these things were not at all these things are not remedies for blindness. We all know that. But it was all the sheer leela of Sri Swamiji that these things, as common as cat's milk or horse urine, acted as equivalent to Sanjeevani, I would say, in curing people's eyes. The next story shows how buffalo urine cured a devotee's eye. A lady was suffering from severe eye pain. One day she prayed and told Sri Swamiji about her eye ache. Sri Swamiji said, put the buffalo urine in your eyes and it will get cured. She tried this remedy for 3 days and her eye was cured. There was another devotee in the then Akkalkot state whose name was Dinkarrao Anand. He was the Prime Minister. And he started suffering from a peculiar eye problem. By Prime Minister, I mean the Prime Minister of the King of Akkalkot. So he would get burning sensation in his eyes day and night. He was very bothered due to this pain. He tried all allopathic treatment, Ayurvedic treatments as well, but there was no use. Finally, he told Sripad Bhatt, pray to Sri Swamiji and ask for some remedial treatment. Sripad Bhatt was another devotee and he requested him. So therefore Sripad Bhatt went and prayed to Sri Swamiji. Sri Swamiji gave him this remedy. Put elephant urine for 3 days in your eyes and your eyes will get cured. The Prime Minister tried this remedy and needless to say, within 3 days, as indicated by Sri Swamiji, his eyes got completely cured. There is another story of a blind Pandit. A Brahmin who was blind, he went to Jagannath Puri. There he came to know that Sri Swami Samarth of Akkalkot had greatly favored Alavni Bua and his companions. So Alavni Bua was a great devotee of Sri Swamiji. So Sri Swamiji had cured him from blindness. During his wanderings, Pandit Ji came to Akkalkot. At Akkalkot, he prostrated at the lotus feet of Sri Swamiji and prayed that Maharaj, you are the incarnation of Lord Dattatreya. You have absolute power to destroy this universe and recreate it. I wish to take your darshan with my own eyes and get blessed. So, O Lord, if you do not fulfill my wish and bless me, then I shall give up my life at your feet. Pandit started crying and he tightly embraced the lotus feet of Sri Swamiji. Hearing his cry filled Sri Swamiji with compassion. He took out the garland of flowers from around his neck and threw it towards the blind Pandit. The Pandit took the garland and with great devotion touched his eyes softly with it. The very touch of that garland restored his eyesight. With this miracle, the Pandit got so much overcome by vehement emotion that he spoke, Maharaj, I was blind by birth, but by your kind grace, I regained my eyesight. Kindly allow me to render devotional service at your lotus feet. And then he returned home with great happiness and continued rendering devotional service to Shree Swamiji. Another devotee, a lady from Pune whose name was Janaki, suffered from eye illness. She lost her eyesight. She tried all sorts of treatment, but there was again no use. She came to Shree Swamiji. She was taking the darshan of Shree Swamiji when Shree Swamiji spoke to her. Treat your eyes with elephant urine and you will regain your eyesight. A similar kind of a prescribed remedy. She did accordingly and her eyesight was restored. Then she worshipped Shree Swamiji and offered food as naivedya, after which she returned to Pune happily. Again, the last story is very touching and is very special. It is of Sant Surdas. We all know who Sant Surdas was. He was a great devotee of Lord Shri Krishna. So before his manifestation, while wandering, Shree Swami Samarth went to Dwarka. Dwarka in Gujarat, where there was a blind saint who was also blind by birth. He was none other than Sant Kavi Surdas. Shree Swamiji touched the eyes of Surdas with his own hands, and Surdas regained his eyesight. When he opened his eyes, he was stunned to see Lord Krishna himself standing in front of him and holding a conch, a chakra, and the mace. He became fully content by the darshan of his tutelary deity, his Ishta Devata, Lord Narayan himself. So Shree Swamiji, seeing his true devotion, blessed Surdas with a boon saying, "You will get freed from threefold moderation and attain divine knowledge." So this is how the last but never the least case of curing blindness was of none other than curing the blindness of Surdas. Yes, this is a true incident and it finds its mention in the biography of Shree Swami Samarth. So with this, we end this special series of curing blindness. And in the next episode, we shall discuss more leelas about liberation from calamities by Shree Swami's grace. So till then, Om Sai Ram, Shree Swami Maharaj ki jai, Jai Shree Swami Samarth, Jai Shirdi Dham ki jai, Jai Akkalkot Dham ki jai. Om Sai Ram.